What if your investments paid one of your bills every single month? Not your whole retirement, not some impossible $100,000 a year dream, just $1,000 a month. Enough to cover your groceries, your electricity, your phone, your internet, and your insurance, with something left over. For most Australians, that is the first passive income milestone that actually feels real. But here's the question nobody gives you a straight answer to. How much do you actually need invested in Australia to make that happen? Because the answer changes depending on dividend yield, franking credits, tax, and one trap that causes people to chase exactly the wrong stocks and end up worse off than when they started. Let's start with what $1,000 a month actually means in 2026 Australia. It's not retirement, but it is momentum. It's the difference between your salary being everything and your salary having backup. It means your portfolio is no longer just numbers on a screen. It's starting to pay part of your life. Most ASX-listed companies pay dividends twice a year, an interim and a final, with the two major concentrated windows hitting in March to April after full-year results, and again in September-October after half-year results. So $1,000 a month doesn't always arrive neatly on the first of every month. That matters, and we'll come back to it. First, the maths. To generate $12,000 a year, which is $1,000 a month, you divide your income target by your portfolio's yield. Here's what that looks like across the yield range most Australian investors realistically work with. The current ASX 200 dividend yield sits at 3.3%, a full 100 basis points below its 10-year average of 4.3%. At 3.5% yield, you need around $343,000 invested. At 4%, that drops to $300,000. At 5%, you need $240,000. At 6%, you're looking at $200,000. And at 7%, the number falls to around $171,000. Now look at those numbers for a moment, because most people see the $171,000 figure and immediately want to build toward the 7% yield. And that instinct, completely understandable, is also one of the fastest ways to destroy the plan. Here's what a healthy yield looks like in 2026. VHY, Vanguard's Australian Shares High Yield ETF, is currently sitting on a trailing 12-month dividend yield of approximately 5.42%, paying quarterly distributions with its most recent payout carrying 88.6% franking. That's a real yield from a diversified, professionally managed fund holding Australia's largest income companies. That 5.42% grossed up with franking credits becomes an even more compelling after-tax return, especially for lower-income investors. A yield between 2% and 6% is considered healthy for many established Australian companies. Higher yields can be attractive, but may also signal higher risk, so it's important to check the company's financial health and dividend sustainability. So what sits above 6%? Sometimes genuinely good businesses, but often something else entirely. Of all the mistakes Australian retail investors make, chasing high dividend yield is among the most costly and the most persistent. Yield is a ratio, not an absolute. And when the share price is falling for legitimate reasons, a high yield is often a warning, not a reward. The classic yield trap looks like this. A stock drops from $10 to $6. The dividend hasn't been cut yet, so the yield, based on last year's payout, now looks like 10 or 12%. Investors pile in for the income. Then the company cuts the dividend to match its deteriorating earnings. The share price falls further, and you're sitting on a loss in capital and a loss in income at exactly the same time. The warning signs are textbook, a price chart declining from top left to bottom right, alongside an attractive trailing yield. Simple to spot in theory, harder to resist in practice. The goal is not the highest yield. The goal is $1,000 a month that keeps arriving, including in bad years. Now, let's talk about something most dividend videos completely skip: the monthly income problem. Your target is $1,000 a month, but Australian dividends are not monthly. Approximately 80% of major ASX companies concentrate their final dividend payments in the March-April window following February earnings season, and their interim payments in September to October. That means without planning, your monthly passive income might actually arrive in two large lumps, February and August, with almost nothing landing in between. The solution is deliberate portfolio construction. VHY distributes quarterly in January, April, July, and October. A200 and VAS also distribute quarterly. Individual ASX shares from the big banks, Wesfarmers, Telstra, and the major miners tend to cluster in March and September. By mixing quarterly ETFs with half-yearly individual shares across different reporting cycles, you can engineer a portfolio where income arrives far more evenly. Some investors add a small cash buffer, 2 to 3 months of target income, to smooth the gaps and remove the anxiety of waiting for the next payment date. The goal isn't just earning $12,000 a year. The goal is turning uneven ASX dividend payments into something that feels like a salary replacement. Now let's talk about the Australian advantage that makes this better than it looks on paper. Franking credits. VHY's most recent distribution included 88.6% franking, meaning the companies inside the fund had already paid 30% corporate tax on those profits, and that credit is passed directly to you. For an investor with taxable income below the $18,200 tax-free threshold, which describes a lot of early retirees or people supplementing part-time work, those franking credits can be received as a cash refund from the ATO. That means your 5.42% yield effectively becomes higher on an after-tax basis than almost any comparable income investment. Even for investors in higher tax brackets, the franking credit reduces, not eliminates, the tax owed on dividend income. It is a structural advantage Australian investors have that dividend investors in the United States, the United Kingdom, and most of Europe simply do not access. So how do you actually build toward $1,000 a month? Here's the roadmap. Stage 1. Your first $10,000 invested. At this point, you're earning maybe $40 to $50 a month. Nothing life-changing. But you're learning the habit, buying consistently, watching distributions land, understanding how the system works. The mindset shift happens here before the numbers do. Stage 2. $50,000 invested. Now you're generating somewhere between $200 and $280 a month, depending on yield. Dividends are noticeable. They're paying a bill. The portfolio starts to feel like something. Stage 3. $100,000 invested. At a 5% grossed-up yield, you're producing around $400 to $450 a month. You're nearly halfway to the goal on half the capital you'll eventually need. Compounding is beginning to do real work. Stage 4. $200,000 to $240,000 invested. At a diversified 5% yield, you cross the $1,000 a month threshold. The goal is reached. But here's the crucial discipline. Don't stop reinvesting the moment you hit it. Keep a portion of distributions in a dividend reinvestment plan so the snowball keeps growing. The $1,000 month that becomes $1,200 a month, then $1,500, didn't happen by accident. It happened because reinvestment kept compounding after the milestone was reached. Stage 5. Build a 2 to 3 month income buffer in a high-interest savings account earning 5% or more. This buffer is what keeps you from panic selling your shares the moment a dividend gets delayed, a distribution comes in lighter than expected, or the market drops 15% and your instinct says run. The buffer absorbs the noise, so your portfolio doesn't have to. Here's what this milestone is really about. $1,000 a month from dividends is not retirement. At current Australian cost of living, it doesn't replace a salary. But it does something equally powerful. It proves the model works. It proves that your money can generate income without you trading more hours for it. And once you've seen that happen, the path from $1,000 a month to $2,000, from $2,000 to financial freedom, becomes a matter of time and consistency rather than a question of whether it's even possible. If the $100,000 a year dividend video was the dream, this $1,000 a month milestone is where the journey actually starts. If this helped you see the first step more clearly, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.